Holy Spirit. Amen. Amen.
Thank you. Item number 1, award proclamations presentations. Proclamation Intellectual Developmental Disabilities Awareness Month. And so this will be from the City of Liberal, Office of the Mayor, Executive Order Proclamation. Whereas the month of March 2023 has been designated as the National Intellectual and Developmental Disabilities Awareness Month in order to celebrate and recognize people with disabilities, and whereas disability is a natural part of the human existence, in no way diminishes the right of people with disabilities to make choices, contribute to society, and experience in full the many blessings of American society. And whereas family members, friends, and the community at large play a role in supporting people with disabilities as they pursue their dreams, and whereas the goals of the city properly include helping people with disabilities realize full access to housing, employment, and the recreational activities which help create productive and satisfying lives, and to live as independently as possible. Now, therefore, I, Jose Lara, Mayor of the City of Liberal, do hereby proclaim the month of March 2023 as Intellectual and Developmental Disabilities Awareness Month. In the City of Liberal, we call upon the citizens of Liberal to observe the month with appropriate programs and activities. Furthermore, I encourage the citizens of Liberal to seek information from those organizations with expertise in matters concerning professionals who support individuals with intellectual and developmental disabilities, and testimony whereof I have set my hand and confirmed this proclamation with the great seal of the City of Liberal at the Mayor's office this 14th day of March 2023.
You want to take a picture with the mosaic folks?
Good evening. We thank you very much for this. My name is Gail Phelps, and I am the registered nurse for Mosaic here in Liberal. This is Brady Lau. And Brady is our program manager. Being able to choose how you spend your day is a fundamental right that has long been denied to people with intellectual and developmental disabilities. At Mosaic, we pursue opportunities for the people we serve to live full, meaningful lives on their terms. Our personalized services allow people to spend their days doing the activities they choose, so our theme this year is My Day, My Way. In the pursuit to individualize people's day, and to help them be active members of the community while they participate in the activities they choose to help them have a better life. Mosaic is focused on increasing the number of Mosaic at Home providers in our community and across our network of 13 states. Mosaic at Home gives an independent contractor the opportunity to support a person in their home while receiving a professional wage. In return, while living with their provider, they become more independent, enjoying their own room and experiencing true community inclusion. If anyone would like to learn more about Mosaic's mission to improve lives or about becoming a Mosaic at Home provider, visit our website, mosaicinfo.org, or give us a call at our office. Thank you so very much for helping the people we serve have the possibility to live my day, my way right here in Liberal, Kansas. Thank you.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you. All right. Moving on to item number 2, approval of the agenda.
I'll make a motion that we approve the agenda as presented.
Second.
A motion by Commissioner Warren and a second by Commissioner Vasquez. All in favor? 4-0, it passes. Item number 3, minutes.
I'll make a motion, we approve the February 28, 2023 regular meeting minutes.
Second.
A motion by Commissioner Vasquez and a second by Commissioner Warren. Any further discussion? All in favor? 4-0. Passes. Moving on to item number 4, items from citizens. Any items from citizens? Please, Roselle.
Mayor, Commissioners, I'm here tonight to say that our annual Duck Festival is September 30th. And we would very much like to have the use of Light Park for our event. And every chance I get, I like to tell you again how much we appreciate all the help that the City of Liberal gives us from their street department, parks department, fire department. Everyone really kicks in and helps us a lot on this event. It wouldn't be possible without that help, so we really appreciate it, and thank you.
Do we need a motion for that on the park?
Yeah, they basically give her their blessing that it's okay to do it.
You guys want to just make a consensus that you guys approve the use of the park for the 30th of September?
Okay. Amen?
Yep.
Yes.
Yes. All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Any other items from citizens? Go ahead, Rita. Oh,
I'm sorry, no, I thought you said, I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
no,
Go
it's
ahead.
fine. Go ahead, Rita. They'll follow right after you.
Well, this is something different than I had planned on talking about. The pit bulls, we had this deal a long time ago, you could not have pit bulls in Liberal. And then it was, okay, you could have them again. It's to the point now, I cannot let my little dog out at all because we have such huge pit bulls. And they're walking in, and we've got the giant German Shepherds. I think about a fourth of the people in Liberal have these big dogs. And they're not the little ones. I can no longer let my little dog out. But I was in the driveway just the other day. My dog was with me and we were sweeping. And I turned around, literally. This huge pit bull was there, wrapped its legs across my shoulders, had its face in mine. Had it wanted to, it could have eaten my face off. The dogs are running loose. Harrison Park has become a dog park. They bring the dogs over, let them do their business, get the dogs and take them home. They're running loose, and I see off the north one, you have little ones. But we've got to do something about this. I could have had a heart attack. If the dog could have eaten me, one of the two. And the dog, I think, came from next door, but they've kept the dog hidden since then. But we really need to do something about this. That's all. I'm sorry I interfered over here. That's all.
Thank you, Rita.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Please. Please state your name and address for the record.
Good evening. My name is Luz Riggs. I am representing Liberal High School. I am a teacher and a mentor for 39 years. And here with me, I have Kimberly Young and Luis Rivera. We're here to request for a waiver to use the the Girl Scout building, for May 6, 2023, to have a seniors 2023 homeroom award ceremony with parents and students.
How does that, anybody, have you checked on the availability of the,
Yes, I did.
okay?
And
you've
it
already-
is available. I checked yesterday again, and I checked back in January just to
So we
be
just
sure.
Need to consent to waive the form, or do you, waive the fee, or do you want a motion?
Well, we do it by motion because it's on the fee schedule.
Okay, it's on the fee schedule. And it's for the liberal seniors, or what?
Yeah, Liberal High School.
Liberal High School
Seniors,
seniors.
2023, yes.
I'll make a motion that we waive the fee on May 6, 2023 for the liberal high seniors to use the Girl Scout building for an event.
Second.
I have a motion by Commissioner Warren and a second by Commissioner Vasquez. Any further discussion? All in favor? 4-0.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Any other items from citizens? Moving on to items from groups. Okay, seeing none. Moving on to number 6, the consent agenda. We have 2 airport leases and 1 cereal malt beverage license. I make a
I'll
motion.
make a,
Go ahead.
I'll make a motion, we approve the consent agenda as printed.
Second. A motion by Commissioner Vasquez and a second by Commissioner Dittenbroker to approve the consent agenda. Any further discussion? All in favor? 4-0. Item number 7, rescind Charter Ordinance 38.
Okay, so, this was passed the last meeting 2 weeks ago. It's not in effect for 61 days. It allows for the time for a petition. All of you guys reviewed that and it was approved last time. In discussions with Rusty, there was some pushback against it from the local paper. And then I went ahead and did some more legal research on the issue as well. I should have caught this before. Cities of the second and third class can actually opt out and go online for your official website. Cities of the first class, because the law for the first class cities is different than second and third class. It applies uniformly to cities, so you actually cannot opt out and try to publish it online. It was my mistake. I should have found that originally. We try to go around it so we could do something to allow us to get it published automatically, not have those issues with the paper. However, in doing more legal research, we cannot, as a city of the first class, opt out. We have to use a newspaper in order to do it. So, since it's not officially in effect, my recommendation would just to go ahead and make a motion to rescind that ordinance. You don't have to pass another charter ordinance to do that because this charter ordinance hasn't actually become effective as of the current time. So that would be the recommendation. And again, I apologize, I should have caught this before the issue in front of you today.
I'll make a motion, we rescind charter ordinance number 38.
Second. Have a motion by Commissioner Vasquez and a second by
Just
Commissioner
8?
Dittenbroker
Okay.
30
Oh, okay, I was like,
to rescind Charter Ordinance 38.
yes.
Any further discussion? All in favor? 4-0. It is rescinded. Item number 8, Ordinance 4598, rezone of 1011 East 8th Street.
Mr. Mayor, Commissioners, Ordinance 4598 is for a property located in the 1000 block of East 8th, which was purchased by a new individual. He purchased 4 lots. He would like to rezone one of them from R2 residential to light industrial to develop a used car lot on it. He is following, it is undeveloped property that he wants to develop. It was passed by the Planning and Zoning Commission unanimously to rezone it. And the individual he will have to put in some of Lorraine Street, which does not currently exist. He's working on getting the information and doing that. He will also have to deal with floodplain issues on the property, but he is trying to develop a property that has been undeveloped. So this ordinance rezones it. It does not create a spot, it simply moves the industrial line from the center of 8th Street up to include one lot.
Yeah, so there's no spot zoning. Everything up to it is already zoned the way,
Okay.
he just adding one lot to it.
That would have been my question, you already answered it, so.
I'll make a motion, we pass ordinance 4598.
Second.
Okay, I have a motion by Commissioner Vasquez and a second by Commissioner Warren. Any further discussion? All in favor? 4-0. Moving on to number 9, ordinance 4599, special use for 333 East 18th Street Tower.
Mr. Mayor, Commissioners, the AT&T tower is back in front of you. It was before you before and failed with a lot of public discourse. AT&T was like the opposition said, well, why can't you move it here? Why can't you move it here? And gave them lots of options. They went to the drawing board. They moved the tower on the country club over by the water tower. They did what they were asking. Now they're asking for the special use. They did go higher. The variance did pass planning and zoning with the condition that the special use gets approved by you guys. When we updated the zoning in January, I made it a little tougher on towers. We clarified that typo in the zoning, and the new regulations are stricter. This tower will be located approximately 432 feet east of the west property lines and 468 feet south of the north property lines. Under the new stricter regulations, the tower has to be 1.5 times the height, which would be 293 feet away from any dwelling. So it far exceeds that. I believe AT&T has done everything they were requested to get done to approve the tower location. So city staff would just ask that you consider approval of this to allow them to put the cellular tower up.
I would also note on the agenda itself, there's a typo. It states, special use for 333 east, 8, it should be west. It wouldn't prohibit you from taking action on it, I just wanted to clarify for all of you.
And I know we had a lot of public discourse on this item the last time. Are there members of the public here to discuss this item this time? Seeing none, I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion that we approve ordinance 4599, special use for 333 West 18th Street Tower. And appreciate the effort that we received from AT&T to questionable whether we could ask them to move it or not, according to council. So we appreciate that, and I think from when I made the motion last time, the reason we used for making the motion has been met. So I see that no other reason to not pass it, so I'm make that motion.
I'll second.
Okay, I have a motion by Commissioner Warren and a second by Commissioner Vasquez. Any further discussion? I'll just say the same thing. I'm glad that they came forward, addressed every issue and concern we had, including the distance to the residential lots. So I think that's a good thing. All in favor? 4-0, it passes. Okay, moving on to item number 10, Resolution 2395, setting a public hearing for the RHID for the Chance Road, Apache Lane development.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor and Commissioners. This evening, bring to you a RHID for Holly Ridge for the two streets to be included in the RHID. He didn't want to include all three because he wasn't going to start on all three, and then his plans had changed. So we're moving this one forward as possible. And this will set the hearing.
Or we process the bill, send payment to SkyWest. Once they get it, they would send us a letter stating that they received the payment, and then we would send that letter to the DOT, and then we would get refunded for that. So it's a drawn-out process, but so Volaire would help us fill out the application. We are able to get out of the application if the DOT does go ahead before we actually award SkyWest with an alternate EAS. But we are able to get out of it, and we're not in it permanently. We can go back to the regular EAS after the 2 years is up if need be. So right now I'm just recommending that we get started on filling out the application and all that with the help of Volaire Aviation.
So this will be transparent to the customer. It'll look just like it does now. It's just, there's a paperwork difference instead of just them DOT paying SkyWest. We pay SkyWest and DOT pays us. Doesn't really make a lot of sense why they even have the program, but they do, and it's an option, and it keeps our flights.
Yeah.
And then we can opt out if we get a better deal
Right.
during the terms.
And we can actually pick SkyWest or whoever we want. So instead of the DOT saying, yeah, I would go with this. So,
And for now, flights will stay the same as they are now, or is
Yes.
that going to change the schedule?
that I'm not sure on until we figure out what all is going on. So, yeah.
And there's a chance that we could broker different locations. How we've been talking about the 2 different locations
Yeah.
we can.
Add in Houston, yes.
Yeah.
And that comes from the carrier themselves. So we can ask, but it's up to them on
Yeah.
whether they do it or not. So,
But at a minimum, we keep our Denver flights.
Yeah. I'll
So-
make a,
Go ahead.
I'll make a motion that we let the airport manager and city manager start the process of filling out the application and paperwork for the AES program with the help of Fuller Aviation.
Second.
Okay. Motion by Commissioner Vasquez, and a second by Commissioner Warren. Any further discussion?
Can you give me the full AEAS, what it means?
Alternate emergency air service.
Yeah. What'd you say, emergency?
alternate,
I mean, essential, I'm
Essential
sorry.
air
Essential,
Yeah.
I think. See, I got you. Okay. That's good. All right.
All right. All in favor? 4-0. Moving on to item number 14, airport fire training. Brian?
every year the fire department, according to the FAA Part 139 requirements, has to have live fire training for all the personnel that are stationed out at the airport. What this is the airport pays for it because it benefits the airport. So we're just requesting to be able to pay for it out of airport funds, and then I can also get reimbursed through the FAA for not to exceed the 12,000. It costs 11, but just in case something happens.
Yeah.
So.
I'll make a motion to fund the airport fire training out of the airport training budget not to exceed $12,000 with the beginning reimbursement through the airport ARPA grant with the FAA.
Second.
A motion by Commissioner Lidenbroker, a second by Commissioner Vasquez. Any further discussion? All in favor? 4-0.
Thank you.
Thank you, Brian. Moving on to item 15, Fire Department Annual Turnout Coat and Pant
Mayor and Commissioners,
Replacement Purchase.
come before you this evening with the regular budget annual purchase of our bunker coats and bunker pants, just firefighting coats and pants. In your packet, you should have a memo from me kind of detailing the purchase and the quotes. The only thing that I might point out is the quote that we're recommending to accept from Municipal Emergency Services is not the low quote, but it's only $97 difference per set. And the benefit of that is, I think I've explained over the years, is it's best for us to stay in the same brand of gear, because when someone leaves or the department, it goes into storage and then we can issue it out to the next person. Innotex had the gear for a lot of years, and we stayed with them even though the price crept up. Finally, they got just non-competitive. So we were in Fire Decks last year, which is what Lauren from MES bid, and we'd like to stay in Fire Decks again this year, even at a slightly higher cost, about $500.
I'll make a motion. We purchase 5 sets of protective clothing from MES at an amount not to exceed $11,500.
Second.
A motion by Commissioner Warren and a second by Commissioner Vasquez. Any further discussion? All in favor? 4-0.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, moving on to item number 16, basketball court resurface.
Mayor, Commissioners, thank you for letting me come up here tonight. Tonight I come in front of you guys over the past 3 years, over open gym, basketball games, soccer games, you name it, our basketball court has become pretty slick. Just wear and tear use, daily operations. So today I come in front of you today to see if we can go out for bid on this or go out for purchase of a company to come in and sand down the basketball courts, repaint the basketball court, 2 volleyball courts, and to add a pickleball. They'll do this all together, and this is the same company that's coming in to do the concrete flooring at the rec center. So hopefully we can get it tied in together. This company is Elite Concrete. So staff does recommend that we do use Elite Concrete for the amount of $18,400. This company does have a 5-year warranty with their labor and material. And this would come out of the building maintenance, the recreation building maintenance budget.
When is that company going to be coming out?
Say what?
When will that company be coming out?
We're looking to have them out mid-April.
Pretty competitive bid. They're only $128 difference, huh?
Yes, sir.
I'll make a motion that we allow the rec center to resurface the gym floor with Elite concrete coatings in the amount of $18,400 coming out of the rec center building maintenance fund.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Warren and a second by Commissioner Lidenbroker. Any further discussion? All in favor? 4-0.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Number 17, INA alert.
All right, Mr. Mayor, Commissioners, we put it in 2 different items. There's 2 different funding sources. But as we get closer to the rec center being open, we've got to come up with a much better security solution than what we have. As we've discussed before, the PD has no security cameras, the evidence, animal shelter, or the main building, which is pretty astonishing that our police department doesn't have that. We have some issue, I don't want to say significant, but we have some of people just dropping their dogs off at the animal shelter or their unwanted pets and vanishing. I think it's pretty common sense why we would need the cameras on the evidence building as well as the police department, as well as some access control for the front and rear. And then the rec center, I think that's also pretty self-explanatory why we need to enhance the security out there with the expansion of services as well as the expansion use of the building. So what this system does, there's a lot of things it does compared to what we have now in the rec center, but it has the facial recognition system. So if you walk into the rec center, it captures your face, and then we have the city's largest daycare essentially during the summer. So you drop your kid off at 7 a.m. and at 6 o'clock you come back to get him and he's not there. This system, they can go in, they can find that child's face, and then it'll scan through the entire system. So now these are the first two of a pretty comprehensive package that includes the parks, wastewater, city hall, and a few other spots within town. But these are the two essential ones that we have to get started with. But anyway, it would track all through the system, and so say, hey, your kid was at Light Park at 12:03, and he was at Blue Bonnet at 3:53, and then if somebody's with him, it captures that face, and it can also get uploaded to the police system. And perhaps most important, that's most important. Secondary is it puts all the cameras on a common player. So right now, if Matt has a break-in, he can download the file, but the PD can't play it because it's a different format. So I understand that this goes outside of our typical multi-bid system. This is the company that we used in Ellsworth that did a dynamite job for us, interconnecting the different entities. So they're also working with the college. So that same would hold true. It would also connect that face. So hey, the kid was out at the community college at 4:45, and he was with so and so. So it's a much more comprehensive solution. It's a much more expensive solution. It's also the one that's used in Arrowhead Stadium. So the hardware is upgraded from what we have, and it's a very trusted vendor. I know that if we have an issue, we can call any one of the top three in that company, and they'll be either here to fix it or they'll have it fixed forthwith. So both of these will come from different portions of the sales tax, and then as we do more analysis with the other buildings to find a spot in the budget to try to proceed with the others. So, depending whatever questions you have.
You said the college is going to upgrade to this, or they already have it?
So they're working with the college now to upgrade their system.
Oh, okay.
So like in Ellsworth, we connected the city buildings with the county and the hospital. So we were able to kind of do the trifecta there.
I was just thinking of that, actually. Great peace of mind for mothers. Well, for all parents, but I'm just thinking, as a mom, I worry for my son a lot.
Did I miss anything?
And so that should be able to capture people leaving as well, so you'll know when they left and things like that. Or if they've not left and they're hiding in one of the corners somewhere in that huge building.
They laugh because they're like,
And also it was bid on the state pricing model, which kind of makes the pricing uniform. Excuse me. Which was another reason that we didn't feel it completely necessary to try to solicit multiple bids, because the state pricing model is a state pricing model.
I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion, we approve the access control and security camera systems from INA Alert for the amount not to exceed $86,000 paid to the crime prevention portion of the 1 cent sales tax, police department.
second.
Okay, I have a motion by Commissioner Lidenbroker and a second by Commissioner Vasquez for item A. Any further discussion? All in favor?
So I'll make a motion to approve the access control security camera, the INA alert system not to exceed $164,000 paid to the rec center fund of the 1 cent sales tax.
Second.
I have a motion by Commissioner Limb-Broker and a second by Commissioner Vasquez. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Mr. Mayor?
Or, yes.
Sorry, could we just clarify that that's the streets drainage, other capital improvements fund, please?
On the rec
For
center
the
one?
rec center fund. Yes, sir. Sorry,
Yeah, the rec center funds under the street drainage capital improvement.
yes.
Okay. Make that amendment?
Sure.
Okay.
Second.
All in favor? 4-0. All right. Moving on to item 18, city staff.
Mayor, Commissioners, just want to come in and give you an update on the Career House project. Should be good news. We're in the, what I consider we're still in the second phase with the exterior painting to be completed in April. And we're tailing down at that second phase, so we are in pretty much mop up. So any damage that was done that from the construction that was going on is getting finished. And then we're gonna go in and touch paint, and the next phase after that is gonna be the exterior. Kitchen's been completed, floor's been completed in the banquet rooms. So we're in pretty good shape right now. I don't have to come to ask you for any more money. We're not gonna exceed that $100,000. But we did get good news today from the Kansas Historical Society that we got approved to install our roof hatch. That was approved to keep the integrity of the building intact. So that's good news. So we're looking forward to moving forward with that. But yeah, other than that, April is our scheduled date to paint the exterior if the weather holds. So, and I can answer any questions if you have any.
So everything will be done in April?
No. I'm still looking at June as my target date, but I'm hopeful. Right now we're exploring putting together a request for proposal out to the public. So if anybody's out there listening, I'd love to hear from you guys. So that should be coming out pretty soon.
This is to rent the building. No.
To rent.
Rent the
Correct.
space, not,
Yeah. We're not selling that building, right?
no, we're not gonna sell it.
Do we have any interested people yet?
We've had off and on interest, you bet. Nothing solid yet.
And so you're taking bids now? for
No,
that?
not yet. We're working through paperwork right now to get it, something out there for the public, and, we're working on basically a rent, contract and taking a look at that. It's been a little while, so, but that is in the works.
He wants it to escalate to a bidding war.
Just saying, if anybody's out there, just saying. So.
All right,
Thank you.
thank you. Any other city staff?
I got 3 things.
All right, Brad.
Crack sealing has started. They pretty much started at the fire department and they're heading west. The street department has started moving in the shop, hope to be completed by this Friday. And they'll be out of the old building and we'll be moving traffic maintenance and building maintenance in there. And they're finishing up the cabin for our Kalen and it will open April 1st.
After that move, are the shifts from the departments complete?
Yes.
I'm excited to see that equipment in there. Remember seeing those bays, what, a year and a half ago? So, I'm
They've
happy
got-
that the street department and
They've got 3 lifts in there now, so they shouldn't have any problem working on anything. They got plenty of room. And those guys,
they're not gonna stack everything together like they did?
no, it's gonna be nice. And it's gonna be nice for those guys to get over there in that bigger shop also. We'll free up 2 buildings to sell, lease, whatever, out on the airport. Well, one, because the other one's gonna be, parking for the new terminal expansion.
Okay. Well, thank you.
Okay, so, Monday, we have our second meeting with, PEC about the overpasses. So phase 2 will be some more discussion on which one we choose, and then, them helping us search for funding and going through grant matches and different programs. That's Monday at 2:00. And it's a Teams meeting, so if you want to call in and listen, or be part of the discussion, I can send you the link.
Yeah.
And right now, from 5:30 to 7 is the Broadband Roadshow. The state broadband office is at Seward Community College right now. We get done in time, and you want to run by there and talk to them in room 229. I'll be gone the rest of the week, and I'll be back Monday.
And I'm guessing this is item 19, city manager's report?
Yes, that was. I'm sorry.
All right. Item 20, items from commissioners.
I'll pass tonight. I'm good.
I've only had a couple of citizens come to me and ask me about the dogs at large. If anybody has a solution for it, please bring it up to us, because we're trying the best we can as far as I know. And I know on my street, there's days that there's 1 dog, and there's days I've seen 25 dogs run down my road. So hopefully if people just keep their dogs in their yard, it'd be really helpful, but that's where we're at. Another citizen came to me and asked about the ordinance for vehicles parked on the grass. I know that's still in the books. Are we still enforcing that? And I told him we should be, and I would address that.
So on the first one, Steve has, I don't know if it's 1 big ordinance or 6 little ones to address animal control that they're working through now. They'll really be tied to revamping how we monitor animals, because it is, and it's a problem, and not just with the bigger dogs, but just in general.
Yeah.
So we are working through that, and then yes, we still enforce that ordinance. I don't think there's any circumstance where it's okay to park in the grass, but we'd have to look at and see how many of those we write every month, but I'm sure we write a bunch. But unless we're writing your neighbor,
No, it's not my neighbor. So
Not your neighbor, but
I just got hit at work the other day. The guy came up to me and was like, "Well, do we do that anymore? I know it's on the books." I'm like, "As far as I know, we do." But
So I assume code enforcement does. Their recourse is to write the person up for the violation, and then once the code moves off, the rest of the violation is gone. Get that there for the next thing. We don't, code enforcement is not, code like tickets.
So maybe we could up that. Make it a little more effective.
I know that since I've been the city prosecutor, we've had a few of those tickets that I've actually had to go to trial. It's a infraction, so a lot of times if maybe someone just pays it, or just goes in front of the judge and pays it, but I wouldn't see that there have been some that I've actually had to prosecute at trial level with the judge. I know that tickets have been wrote, I don't know, through the PD, I don't know how many have been wrote. And if someone has a real concern about it, they can call law enforcement, we can go. I'm not saying the process we have now is broken either. Just if there's an issue, code enforcement gives them a warning and they move it and they stop doing it, kind of, in my opinion, it takes care of that issue. Some people may not know that it's even on the books, but I think the ones that I've actually seen tickets wrote on, it's been an ongoing issue and they just not.
That's all I got.
I guess following up with that, it would be nice if we did some kind of campaign or some kind of outreach to the community in dual languages, just because I know here it's not allowed, but I know a lot of people in their home countries, that's something normal. So it would just be nice for us to have some educational stuff out on social media, newspaper, media, etc. Just basically pushing that narrative that it's not okay to do that. With that, I see some new faces in our audience, some young faces. I want to thank you guys for stopping by our meeting. It's greatly appreciated. Thank you to everybody who tunes in live as well. Just want to remind everybody, spring is coming up, so spring cleaning. Make sure your yards are clean. We want to make Liberal look the best. It's a representation of who we are. And I also want to thank all of the coaches for the rec departments, Kids Inc. I'm going to be coaching soccer this year. And so I know it's a generosity of their time. It's time consuming, and I mean, it's not paid. So I do want to give a shout out to all of the coaches for donating their time and helping out with our sports recreation department, because I know it's very much appreciated with our youth. If you want to sign up, there's always there's always openings for all sorts of sports, so just call the rec.
No, I just want to thank everybody who's come out, all the issues and concerns that we're hearing. We can't, sorry, we can't either fix the process or the public doesn't know that, you know, we have different ordinances trying this issue. So by all means, please continue to ask your questions and raise the concerns. And you can approach any of us to bring that up, and we will try and find an answer. That being said, also thank you to AT&T, the Country Club, and the citizens that live around there for all their concerns. And I think it is important that people know their voice is heard as we can to benefit the communities in town as well. I know a lot of the things that were said about that tower were we're anti-business for not approving it, but what we wanted was communication and negotiation, and we ended up getting that. So I think the new location is a good compromise. Thank all the parties that worked hard on that and on everything everybody does. So that's all I have.
I'll make a motion that we approve the vouchers in the amount of $1,600,96. Is that the right line?
Yeah.
Second by Commissioner Vasquez. Any further discussion? All in favor? We're adjourned.